You're welcome back to this training. In this section, I'm going to show you how you can keep tracking all your receivables and all your payables. Also, we'll see how to track all customers' transactions and all vendors' transactions. Now, one of the things that I want us to take note is that when you check our shortcut side, there is nothing like bill, receivable, and there is nothing like bill tracker and income tracker anymore. The reason behind this is that when we set up our preferences, we used multiple currency. Is that clear now? And once we select that multiple currency, one of the major issue is that we'll not be able to change it back to USD account again. Now, what is now the effect on this application? The first effect is that we'll not be able to use Insight. Let me cancel this. Insight. This Insight is a graphical representation out there now of assets, expenses, liabilities, and equity. But now that we switched to multiple currency, we won't have access to graphical representation again. So now it means that, look at this now, sorry, but Insight isn't available in companies that use multiple currencies. So now we won't have access to that. Then another issue is that there won't be anything like bill tracker and the income tracker again. But how can we go about it? Now, here is the solution. What we have to do is that before you switch to multiple currency, you can back up your file before you will switch to multiple currency. And now that we are on multiple currency, how can we sort the issue of our receivables and the payables? How can we track them? Then what we have to do is that I'll go to reports, then I'll come down to customer and the receivable. Now I want to track all our receivables, that is those that they are owing the companies. Then all I have to do is that I'll come down to account receivable. As you can see that A/R, it means account receivable hygiene summary. So I'll open it. So hygiene summary, here is it now. We only have one debtors, which is bill cap. Now let me open it now. Let's see. You can see that. So now we only have one receivable, which is bill cap. And then what sum up these 2 million something? If I double click it now, it will now take us back to the invoice. As you can see that bill cap bought these goods from us, and then the invoice save is due. As you can see that. So now by using our account receivable hygiene summary, we'll be able to track all our receivable, that is all our debtors. So now all I have to do is just to add this hygiene to our shortcut. So I'll just come back to our view, then I will add it to icon. All right. No, I added these type. So now let me just delete it back. Let me delete this one back. What we want to add is a account receivable hygiene summary. So now let me delete this hygiene quick zoom. Let me delete it. All right, now I will okay that. Then I will just cancel this one. Now this is where I'm coming, because at this interface we'll be able to see more debtors. So now account receivable hygiene summary. So I will add it to our icon. Okay, so I'll just save it. All right, now we are done with this account receivable hygiene summary. Now the next one is to track all our vendors, those that we are owing to. So now let me go back to my reports, and then my reports, then I'm coming down to vendor and payable. Then I will open account payable hygiene summary. You can see now that under account payable hygiene summary, now we have Santos and your scoop. If I double click this one now, you will see the invoice that backed it up. This is the invoice. Have you seen it? This is the invoice. So now I'll cancel it, then I'll cancel this one too, so that we can add this interface. So now what we are saying here is that account receivable hygiene summary, we only track all our debtors, while account payable hygiene summary, we only track all our creditors. So now then let me add this one to our shortcut. So I'll add it. Okay, now let me cancel this. Now by doing this, it means that we can track all our receivables record, then we can track all our payables record. Now the next one that we are going to do is that we want to track all transactions, that is transaction list by customers and transaction list by vendors. There is difference between transaction list by customer and account receivable hygiene summary. Like I've said, that account receivable hygiene summary is just for what? Customers that are owing us. But when it comes to transaction list by customer, it comprises both credit transaction and cash transactions that occurred between the business and its customers. So now let me move to report again. Then I'm coming down to this customers and the receivable, and I'll scroll down to have transaction list by customer. So here is it. What I have to do is just to select all, just to see what we have there. Then I'll go back to my view, and then I'll add this to my shortcut. So if you scroll down now, you will see there. All right, then let's go and add transaction list by vendor. I'll come back to my report again, and then I'll open vendor and payable, and then transaction list by vendor. So we'll open that. It means that it comprises both cash transaction and credit transaction that occurred between the business and its vendors. So then we add it again to our shortcuts. So now this is how to track your accounts receivables and your accounts payable. As well, you'll be able to know transaction list by customers and transaction list by vendors in replacement of bill tracker and income tracker that was disabled as a result of switching to multiple currency. See you in the next class.